Hi, and welcome to the March edition of Rowlett on the Water on the Move. I'm Todd Gottell.
And I'm Linda Umbel.
Hi, Linda. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good, Todd. How are you?
I'm doing terrific.
Awesome.
This show is produced entirely by city staff. That's hard to believe, but can be found on Rowlett's own television network, RTN 16. You can see us all day long. Isn't that great?
It is. And I have citizens that tell me that this show really is something that they watch and get a lot from. So I'm delighted that you can see it all day
if you're
long.
up in the middle of the night, you can watch us.
You can, whenever it's convenient.
And besides RTN 16, you can also, if you're really desperate, in between that time to see us, you can go to Rowlett.com to our streaming video page as well. So, and our YouTube channel. Don't forget the YouTube channel. So if you're at work and you decide streaming video is not good enough, you want to watch us on YouTube,
there you go.
You go to Rowlett Texas Video and you can find us there as well.
You bet.
So we've got a great show. You know, it's amazing. It's hard to believe it's March.
Well, it is, you know, and that really is the truth because time is flying by. I remember we were talking about the DART opening and it was Christmas and the New Year's and we're talking about March and spring break and it's just...
I feel like we're just saying Happy New Year.
I know it.
But it's already March. It's amazing.
Well, they say time flies when you're having fun, so I guess that means we're having a great, great time.
It does. But, you know, with March and spring, what happens? We get the weather coming in.
I know it.
And it's Severe Weather Awareness Week in Texas, March 3rd through 9th, 2013.
You know, and it's a great time to make sure you and your family are prepared for the kinds of severe weather experienced in Texas, including flash floods, thunderstorms, and tornadoes. Severe weather happens year-round here in Texas.
It absolutely does. And we even have a viewer tip. You know, consider building or upgrading your family emergency preparedness kit this week. Now, what is a preparedness kit? Think about that.
It really is something, and you know, we're going to talk about it in the context of severe weather. But I want folks to stop and think about, there have been a couple of recent phenomenons that you and I wouldn't have thought about relative to North Texas. And the first was earthquakes. Mm-hmm. We're seeing more and more earthquakes, even though they're not registering high on the Richter scale. That is something now we're hearing more and more about in North Texas. And then recently, the meteorite hit Russia, and $33 million worth of damage and 1,000 people were injured. And so you never know about what event may happen, and you need to be prepared.
Well, and you think about a preparedness kit, and I think about my preparedness kit. I have a little drawer, and I've got some batteries and a flashlight, right?
Yeah, this segment's for you, Mayor.
I hear you. No, I know. That's exactly. And I'm saying that kiddingly, but you know, no, that's not what this is about. Preparedness kit is having a box, having a couple of tubs with specific stuff in there that you need in case of an emergency. You know, we all have that drawer that we keep our batteries and the flashlight in, but what happens? You got kids. I go to pull the flashlight, open that drawer. Where's the screwdriver? Where's the flashlight? Where's this? So we've actually gone and we purchased some tubs, very inexpensive, and we put things like a first aid kit, extra prescription medications, basic things in there like little Ziploc bags, glasses, hearing aids, other important medical supplies, things that you may not think about, but all, you know, and the way that I always look at this, if I said you have to leave now and you've got 30 seconds, what could you possibly grab? And you don't have time to go to the medicine cabinet and get the
Well, you won't be thinking about the things that you need.
You're absolutely right. So you can put in all of your medical supplies, flashlights with batteries, a weather radio, very inexpensive stuff, but all together really makes a great kit. You know, we've got a 3-day supply of non-perishable food, bottled water. You know, think about that. You need 1 gallon of bottled water per person per day.
That's right.
I mean, you think, well, I've got some water, I've got a 6-pack. Well, no, that's not good enough. Well, you need more than that. A cooler for food or ice, you know, with some paper plates and plastic utensils, things like that in there. And, you know, maybe a fire extinguisher, duct tape, a little bit of rope. I actually also put like a tarp in there in case something would ever happen with the roof on the house, with the trees in the back that are large.
Right.
You know, think about if that happens to me, it's going to happen to a lot of other people out there. And the last thing you do is go to Home Depot and go to the tarp section and say, which one do I want? There won't be any left.
That's right.
So just a little bit of preparation really does go a long way. And of course, toiletries, you know, for your hygiene supplies, and of course, don't forget the pets.
Yes, and you know, think about blankets, sleeping bags, those types of things, because you may not be able to be in your house. And you were talking about totes. I think that's great if you've got men in your life that can tote things, but sometimes you're not able to do that.
This was my segment.
Well, I'm helping out the ladies here because one of the things that I use is backpacks.
Right.
because you could literally put the backpack on your back, and if you had to walk for a distance, or you had to, something happened to your house and you had to hike up the street until you could get out, that tote might get a little heavy for some of the ladies. And so
right.
I put my stuff in a backpack, and then it really is easy to grab, sling it on, and walk out the door.
And I even have those like little two-way radios, those
Yes.
little walkie-talkie ones. That way I've got enough. I've got 4 of them in there. We've got extra batteries, and they're good for several miles. Worst case, if something happens to the cellular towers, because people say, "Well, I've got my phone." Well, the phones probably won't. If something catastrophic happens, your phone probably won't work.
Well, Mayor, we saw that last year on, I think it was April 19th when we had the 17
right.
tornadoes. The cell phones didn't work. Everybody was calling, and texting really was about the only thing on that particular day that worked. And that's a good point about we rely on technology assuming it will work, and it very well may not be available when we need it.
Now, there are a lot of people that will be watching this and going, "Well, I'm not a doomsdayer. I'm not worried." But you know what? We're not talking about doomsday things.
We're talking preparedness.
We're talking about a severe thunderstorm that rolls through with very high winds. It could be a tree that goes through that knocks out the power at the house, or puts a hole in the house where you can't get back in, or makes it unsafe. And be able to have those tubs or backpack, you're able to have that. I even carry a little kit in my car.
I do
Just
too.
some real basic things. You never know.
That's right.
And so I think it's very, very important, and especially this time of the year is a great time to talk about it. Now, when severe weather happens, what do you do? Well, the first thing you do is you need to monitor your television or radio. I think it's very, very important. You've got to have a battery-operated radio. A lot of people don't think about that because they think, I'll just turn the television on, but what if the power's not out?
That's right.
So you've got to do that, as well as you go to tune into NOAA weather, for more information that's there.
That's right.
A lot of times people say, well, I'll use my computer. We may not have internet. So you've got to kind of think through these things
That's
a little
right.
bit to say, what happens if? And there has to be some level of a backup plan. I actually bought a very inexpensive battery-operated radio, but it has a little crank on it.
Yep.
So if the batteries are dead, and it was very, very inexpensive, so it works very well.
And they make hand crank lights that way too.
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got straight line winds we talked about. There are just a few of the things that can happen. But, the real catastrophic event, I think, for this particular area of the country, specifically Rowlett, would probably be a tornado, if I had to guess. That's something that I think we all have to worry about. We've been very, very fortunate. We've had a couple close calls. But at one of these points, you run out of luck, and I think we're going to get hit. And so I think it's important. So we've got to seek shelter. You've got to have a room in the interior of your home at the lowest point, such as a bathroom, the floor. I think you've got a little cubby in your media area in your house that you can go to, somewhere that is very, very safe. Make sure it's not near windows because of flying glass and just,
Right.
Because of the high winds that are there. Or maybe just a hallway closet. So somewhere that's, about as sound as can be. And it never ceases to amaze me when I watch the videos of some of those homes that are left, and the only thing that's left is their bathroom. And they open the door back up, and you're like, you've got to be kidding me. And everything's going around except this little bathroom. So
Right.
You've got to go to a really good place. And of course, if you're out on the roadways, you've got to make sure that you park under an overpass or get out of the car and get into a ditch or somewhere really safe, depending on what's happening.
Yes, because if you do park under the overpass, you need to get out from under it.
Yes.
It really becomes a wind tunnel, and so that's why they say get in the lowest possible place
Right.
and cover your head from protecting flying debris. And they used to tell us to get under the highway overpass, but I think time has shown that that's not a particularly safe place to be.
Well, and for more information, on this information, and there's a lot more to topic. We could make an entire show of this.
We
and
sure
think
could.
about all the preparation that needs to be done. But you can go to ready.gov for more information. So, good topic.
It is a very good topic and very timely.
Well, I'm going to get more batteries in my drawer.
There you go. I think that's a good idea.
Terrific. So during this month's show, we're going to be showcasing severe weather awareness videos during all the commercial breaks as
You
well.
bet.
So,
And it is that time again. We're going to be starting the 2013 Great Texas Warrant Roundup. Cities across Texas, including Rowlett, will be joining together to actively serve outstanding arrest warrants in 2013. So, if you owe money, you have a warrant, the time has come.
okay, I have to go. Can I go back? I'm just kidding. For those, yes.
Oh, that would make the news, wouldn't it?
Oh, yes, it would.
You know, while warrants are regularly served by each jurisdiction, this huge combined effort provides much greater opportunities for warrant service. And what is really important is if you have a warrant, don't think, well, it's not big enough, they won't come visit me, because that's just not true during the warrant roundup. So if you have outstanding warrants anywhere in Texas, you really should handle them as soon as possible.
Well, and the Great Roundup is a time to take place during tax refund season because it creates a better opportunity for some defendants to have the ability to pay the fines. And, you know, according to the press release of our court system. So
yes, and you know, it's important to remember that arrest may take place at home, could happen at school, or workplace of the defendant, as well as any other location where they're identified, such as a shopping mall or stadium or sporting event. And if you don't want the hassle, you don't want the embarrassment, all we ask is that you take care of your business before we get there.
I will do that.
You do that. You get in a hurry
Once
about
I hold
that.
my little kick up. I have a very warped sense of humor. So if I thought about it, I just said, can I borrow some handcuffs? I'd like to run out here, but I'm chained to the chair.
We're not letting you get away.
So, all right, let's move on. How about that?
That'll work.
Okay.
Probably a good idea.
Exactly. So let's talk about our newsletter.
I'm so excited about our newsletter. You know, I really am, because it is so informative.
Well, we need to thank, first off, Denise Perrin.
You bet.
You know, she has done an outstanding job on this newsletter. We've taken what used to be one little page, and we've literally turned it into almost a mini newspaper in itself.
That's right.
We call it a newsletter, but it's almost like a mini newspaper. It has all the events that are going on in your city. And that's what we say, keep up what's happening in your city.
That's exactly right. You know, and every month we produce this newsletter in an electronic format with updates from every department, and we purposely did it electronically because it's easy to distribute. And you know, social media is so important, whether it's Facebook, whether you know, it's Twitter, or you know, just communicating via email. And so we encourage you to find out all the things going on in the city, whether it's the latest economic development opportunity, crime prevention tips, or learn how the city spends your dollars. And you know, we certainly don't want you to miss out on any of the fun. And we've always got some kind of special event happening in the city, either at the library or at the community center or downtown with our special event season. And we certainly don't want anybody to miss out because they weren't in the know.
Now, do you tweet?
I don't tweet.
No?
Do you tweet?
No, I don't, actually. It's interesting. You said that, I was thinking to myself. But you know what's amazing? People learn in different ways. Some people like email, some people like to have it printed. And I think the newsletter really, you know, is really all about that, about getting information. We've really worked hard to try to get as much information out to the citizens in as many different ways as possible.
Well, you know, I don't tweet, but Councilmember Michael Gallups does. And
he's the king of that, yeah.
Well, I call him the Lady Gaga of Rowlett because he, I think, has about 5,000 followers. It's between his Facebook page and his Twitter account. And so it really is helpful because we distribute that, and Council is also very good about sending that out to their followers as well, so that we can make sure that anybody that has an interest has access to it. So with that, if you would like to get the newsletter developed, delivered right into your inbox every month, all you have to do is subscribe by going to rowlett.com and simply type in your email address. It doesn't get any easier than that.
And what I love about that is that you have the ability, because it's in an email format, you can forward it on.
Sure.
So if you've got friends or family that you want to share that with
Absolutely.
as well, and I love that because if you're the president of like an HOA as an example, so you couldn't be any easier. Yep. You take your little address list, you hit forward, and then off it goes. And last month's issue was 24 pages. Think about that.
I tell you.
You know, it's filled with community news, events, programs, all the things that are going on. And this upcoming summer issue is a must if you're a parent.
Well, it is, and we're featuring it in May. It's going to be a separate edition. May, we're going to do our regular newsletter, and then we're also going to have a special summer issue, and we're really doing that to feature all of the fun-filled activities that will be coming up. And I'm going to kind of do a little teaser because the June edition, you and I are going to be doing 30 days of fun in the sun in Rowlett.
I love that. My company will love that, obviously. So what am I doing? I'm going to take off for 30 days. We're going to have fun.
Well, Well, and it really is.
Is this like a big stay vacation or staycation?
Well, it is, and we're going to be spontaneous, and we're going to help folks understand that, it doesn't always have to be a production to enjoy things that are going on. So we've moved right from March right on into June, right here in this one segment.
I love that. That's good.
We're just making the time fly.
So do I say welcome to June edition?
Well,
no,
but you can talk to us about what's happening in July at our fireworks events, because I know this one just makes you happy.
It absolutely is. We've got really big news. And I am so excited about this year. The event of the summer is coming to Rowlett. We have done our Main Street events series. We've done such a terrific job. And I just, our hats off to our entire staff, all the volunteers. You have made a complete success. This year, we have really raised the bar.
Yes, we have.
And so it's one of the biggest musical performers of all time coming to our Fireworks on Main event. So let's roll the video to find out who it is. Baby love, baby love. No, forget it. All right, never mind. Sorry. I was getting into the video. I think it was great.
Well, let me just say, while you're good, you're no Mary Wilson of the Supremes.
And they're saying, and the viewers are saying, please don't quit your day job. Please don't quit your day job. Well, it's hard to believe Mary Wilson of the Supremes will be performing live in Rowlett on July 4th. And guess what?
What?
It's free. That's even better. So, that's one of the things. I felt very strongly about as we've done these event series. It was really about bring your family, not your checkbook. And to us, it's so important because we want the event to be available to everybody that's there. And so July 4th, and it's at no cost. Mary Wilson from the Supremes. We've got Fireworks on Main.
Yes. And what's really important is we appreciate all of the sponsorships.
Absolutely.
Because one of the things that you have ensured is our continued commitment to ensure people and families can come and have a good time and not bring their checkbook. And the city every year puts on the fireworks portion of this, but to get this level of performer, we're really counting on sponsorships and those outside and inside of Rowlett to help us bring this quality of entertainment to Rowlett, and we appreciate their support.
And what's really nice is what I love about Mary Wilson is the fact that she has such an appeal to such a wide audience. It's not just seniors in the community. My daughter, my 15-year-old, knows the Supremes, and she knows Mary Wilson. So it should be a really terrific, and it's very family friendly. It's music I can actually understand the words to.
And when you're singing, you won't be the only one singing loud and proud, so it'll be okay.
But I might have the mic on stage. No, Todd, we want them to come. So
we'll make sure Drew's out filming.
Exactly,
so we can show that.
Well, it's going to be on Thursday, July 4th. So it's going to be on July 4th this year, which is a Thursday. It's going to run from 5 to 10 p.m.
That's right.
And again, it's a free concert followed by a free fireworks show. There's lots of family fun and food. I encourage you to bring your lawn chair, bring your blanket, and bring your family and friends. And more details coming soon to Rowlett.com.
Well, Mayor, while I think we're excited about June and July, we got to get back to March because we forgot something.
Here comes Peter Cotton. Right? How about that?
That works. Hopping down the bunny trail.
Hippity hoppity Easter. All right.
Yes.
They're now changing the channel. It's like all right. But we got the extraordinary egg hunt this year.
Yes, it is. March 23rd, 2013, from 10 a.m. to 12 noon, the lawn of the library, 4000 Main Street.
It amazes me when we think about, because I look at the size of that area, which is relatively small, because I know we've used Community Park and things like that, but we've really shifted our events down to Main Street. Yep. And you can join us this year on Main Street for Rowlett's egg hunt, of course, and you can grab your Easter basket, because you're going to need an Easter basket, let me tell you. And you can hippity hop. Here we go. Let's hop. There we are. Okay. And we're going to hop over to Main Street, and we're going to hop for 20,000 filled Easter eggs. And I'm telling you, you need a basket. Every year I go, I'm amazed when I look at the number of people that show up. We even have a special needs area for those kids as well, and so they have a special place to go where they're not getting run over by all the people that show up, and it is terrific. We have different age groups. It's 20,000 filled eggs, and you see the lawn. It is literally completely littered with little speckles of different colors, and they're all the colors of the Easter eggs.
And I think that's important for some of our parents that may not have participated in the past, but we do segment the egg hunt by age group.
Yes.
So we don't have the big ones running over the little people, and so it's really cute because some of the little ones need assistance, and that's the cutest egg hunt to see, because some of them are first timers and they don't understand that it's quantity, not one, and they sit down and want to open the egg, and Mama's trying to help them. No, you got to put it in the basket.
That's right. You got to get with the program. This is how it works, But in addition to that, it's a really nice family-filled event. We've got face painting for the kids. We've got bounce houses, music. We've got photos with the Easter Bunny and much, much more. If you've never been to one of the events, it is such a family-friendly event.
Oh, it is.
And it's there's no cost to it. We close that area of Main Street down, so they have an opportunity to go in and just have a great time.
You bet.
And it's just, you really couldn't ask for anything better. But
on Sunday we have Easter Pupapalooza.
so if you don't have the kids,
But you got a dog.
That's right.
You might have a child and it's in the form of a dog.
So what is that? What is a Pupapalooza?
Well, it is the time that your best friend, in the form of a four-legged friend, has a blast hunting for treat-filled Easter eggs. And so you need to remember to bring your Easter basket, your leash, and a proof of rabies vaccination. And not to be outdone, we have pictures with the Easter Bunny, a separate off-leash egg hunt areas for large and small dogs. I love the look-alike dog contest. That's always a fun opportunity.
And it is funny, because in all fairness, I won't mention names, but I'll sometimes look at the dog after that and go, I have a hard time looking at the two of them together again, because when you really look at it, you go, they do look alike, don't they? It's amazing.
Yes, and there will be Easter bonnets and bobbing for hot dogs, so the pets are absolutely going to have a good time as well. But the truth of the matter is, I think the parents of the animals have a better time than the dogs do.
Well, it's really nice to be able to do something with your pet, be able to go out like an activity like this. It's a great way to socialize your animal, and again, just bring your proof of registration and or just the rabies.
That's right. So this year's event is going to be held at Hereford Park, which is at 4601 Centennial Drive.
Now, where is that? Where's Hereford?
Hereford is on Main Street. It's next to the old fire station and across the street from First United Methodist Church.
And my church, First Baptist Church.
There you go.
Right across the street. I know where you're at. They play a lot of ball there. That should be a lot of fun.
You bet.
Well, let's take a commercial break, and let's take a look at some severe weather videos.
I'm meteorologist Gary Woodall with the National Weather Service in Fort Worth. Our most important job is the protection of life and property by issuing watches, warnings, and forecasts in advance of hazardous weather. However, if you don't know how to respond when severe weather threatens, then you won't be as prepared. This video will discuss flash flood safety. We'll review fundamental flash flood related terms and outline the tips you need to remember if a flood threatens. Flash floods are the #1 thunderstorm-related killer. A flash flood is defined as a flood that forms and rises quickly during or within a few hours of a period of heavy rain. Flash floods can also result from a dam or levee failure. Flash floods can occur with heavy rain falling overhead or from thunderstorms that are miles upstream. A flash flood watch is issued when the large-scale weather conditions are favorable for heavy rainfall and flooding. Watches are valid for 8 to 12 hours on the average and cover large areas, much of North Texas, for example. Flash flood warnings are urgent messages indicating that flooding has been reported or heavy rainfall capable of producing flooding has been detected on radar. Warnings are valid for 1 to 3 hours and are issued for counties or portions of counties. If a flash flood warning is issued for your county, or if you see rising water, then you should take the protective actions we'll discuss next. Most people who die in flash floods are trying to cross a flooded area on foot or in a vehicle. If you come upon an area with water over the road, do the smart thing. Turn around, don't drown. 2 to 3 feet of moving water is enough to float a vehicle, even a large truck or SUV. Less than 1 foot of water can knock someone off balance. If you stay clear of flooded areas, you're not going to become a flood victim. If you have children, keep them clear of the banks of creeks or ditches. While they may think it's fun to watch the water rush downstream, it can be dangerous. The banks can quickly become muddy and slippery, making it easy for someone to fall in and be swept away. If you do any camping or hiking, take an all-hazards weather radio to keep up on the latest weather developments. Scout the area around your campsite for higher ground. If you're asked to leave a campsite by the authorities, do so quickly. Move to higher ground if a flash flood warning is issued for your area, if heavy rain falls, or if the water starts to rise. A large number of flash floods occur at night. This makes for particularly dangerous conditions as the floodwaters can be difficult to see. Road conditions are also difficult to determine at night. Travel with extra caution at night if heavy rain is falling or a warning is in effect for your area. Have as many ways as possible to receive severe weather information. A weather radio with a battery backup and an alarm feature is essential. Weather radios can be purchased at electronics, department, and home improvement stores. A battery-powered AM/FM radio or TV can also be helpful for getting storm information. Our forecast office maintains a website which features watch and warning information, and local emergency authorities have warning systems such as cable override, reverse 911, and sirens. By following these safety tips, you can reduce your risk of becoming a flash flood victim. For more information on flood safety, visit our website at this address.
It's hard to believe it's that time of the year again, daylight savings. This is a great time for you to check your smoke alarm and change the battery. In this next segment, Rowlett Fire Marshal Brian Beckner talks about the importance of keeping smoke alarms properly working year-round.
Hello, I'm Brian Beckner, the Fire Marshal for the City of Rowlett. It is that time of year again that on Sunday, March 10, 2013 at 2 a.m. we will set our clocks forward 1 hour for daylight savings time. This is a great time for you not only to check your smoke alarm, but to change the battery in it. More than 3,000 people die in home fires each year in the United States, most of whom are in homes without a working smoke alarm. A working, properly installed smoke alarm lowers your chance of dying in a fire. Residential fire deaths have decreased steadily as the number of homes with smoke alarms has increased. Reports from the National Fire Protection Association show that people have nearly a 50% better chance of surviving a fire if their home has the recommended number of smoke alarms. According to the National Fire Protection Association, between 2003 and 2006, almost 2/3 of the home fire deaths resulted from fires in homes with no smoke alarms or no working smoke alarms. We believe that all homes should be equipped with working smoke alarms and that families should prepare and practice emergency escape plans. When smoke alarms and fire sprinklers are present in homes, the risk of dying in a fire is reduced by 82% when compared to residents without either. Here are a few residential smoke alarm tips. Place properly installed and maintained smoke alarms both inside and outside of sleeping areas and on every level of your home. Interconnected smoke alarms are best because if one sound, they all sound. Get smoke alarms that can sound fast. The U.S. Fire Administration recommends that every residence and place where people sleep should be equipped with both ionization and photoelectric smoke alarms or dual sensor smoke alarms. Test smoke alarms monthly and change alkaline batteries at least once every year. You can use a date you already know, like when you change your clocks, as a reminder. The biggest reason that smoke alarms don't work is because people remove the batteries, either to stop the low battery signal or a nuisance alarm, and they forget to replace them. When a battery reaches the end of its service life, the alarm will give a short beep every minute or so. It is easy to remove the battery and forget to replace it. The best way to prevent this is to replace batteries at the same time each year before the low battery signal begins. Consider buying a long life lithium battery powered smoke alarm, which may last up to 10 years with no battery change. If a smoke alarm sounds during normal cooking or when bathing, press the hush button if your smoke alarm has one. Open the door or window or fan the area with a towel to get the air moving. Do not disable the smoke alarm or take out the batteries. Replace all smoke alarms, including alarms that use the 10-year batteries and hardwire alarms, when they are 10 years old or sooner if they do not respond properly. Smoke alarms are an important part of a home fire escape plan. Developing a family emergency escape plan can be crucial to everyone's safety. The more prepared a family is, the more quickly and calmly they will react in the case of an emergency. For more information about family emergency planning, please see ready.gov website. For more information about the Rowlett Smoke Alarm and Battery Replacement Program, please call me at my office at 972-463-3940 or send me an email at bbeckner@rowlett.com. Again, I'm Brian Begner, Fire Marshal for the City of Rowlett. Thank you for your time.
Well, let's go to one of my favorite places in the city, the Rowlett Public Library. You know, we've got upcoming events by Kathy Lane. Next is the Rowlett's schedule of events, and she's going to tell us everything that's going on. And especially with spring break here, the library has a perfect slate of programs and events that keep you and your kiddos very, very busy, and that is very important.
You bet
So here's
it is.
Kathy with all the details.
Hi, I'm Kathy Lane, Program Coordinator for the Rowlett Public Library. We're located at 3900 Main Street. Spring is just around the corner. Time to think about spring cleaning and spring planting. Visit the Rowlett Public Library and you'll find all sorts of materials from books, audiobooks, magazines, all for you to borrow to inspire you and educate you to be ready for spring activities. March is an exciting month for families and the library has programs to keep you and your family busy. Dr. Cordell Adams, author of the book Light Bread, will be at the library Saturday, March 2nd at 2 p.m. Dr. Adams presents and acts out excerpts from his book with humor and insight in celebration of Black History Month. See what's new to check out in the library after his wonderful presentation. Senior computer classes, Introduction to Email, on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, March 5th, 6th, and 7th in the PC Lab. Seniors call 972-412-6161 to register. Tech Education, Craigslist, March 5th at 6:30 p.m. and March 22nd at 10:30 in the morning. It's all at the library conference room. Come in and learn more about how to use Craigslist. A Day at the Farm with Rolanda Brigham, Saturday, March 9th from 2 to 3. Ms. Brigham presents a program of music and art and includes a craft to take home. Don't miss this fun, educational, and interactive program. Spring break activities for students on spring break, Monday through Saturday, March 11th through 16th from 2 to 3 p.m. Come to the library during spring break to play games and make crafts. Check out the library's books and movies while you're here. Spring Fest in the library is Saturday, March 23rd, the day of the egg hunt, from 10 a.m. to 1. Did you know that during the egg hunt, you can visit the library? We'll be open with a special program in the meeting room where you can play games, win prizes, make crafts, and take a picture of Dewey Duck. Don't forget, everyone's a winner when they check out great books, DVDs, CDs, and more. There are many storytime programs for the younger family members to help bolster their early reading skills. Join us for baby storytime every Monday. Storytime for walking babies under 18 months of age is at 10:30, and storytime for lap sit babies is at 11:30. These are interactive and include nursery rhymes, board books, songs, bubbles, and peekaboo parachute play. Wednesday is toddler story time. It's at 10:30. You can interact with your toddler to nurture a love of books, learn letters, sounds, and new words. Be active with music and movement. This story time is for children ages 8 months to 3 years of age. We'll have books and stories, songs, finger plays, crafts, a giant parachute with bubbles, and surprise guests. Preschool story time is every Friday at 10:30. This story time is for children 3 years of age and older. Help your preschooler get ready to read. Enjoy stories together and build language skills through books, songs, flannel stories, finger plays, marching to music, and for a big fun finale, the giant parachute with bubbles. Don't miss our story times at McDonald's at 66 and Rowlett Road. It's the second Tuesday of the month. And on Lakeview Parkway between Cheesa and Dow Rock on the fourth Tuesday of the month. Come to the library on Saturday mornings at 10:30 for movies, games, and crafts. On Saturday, March 2nd, munch on free popcorn while you watch the G-rated movie Hop. On Saturday, March 12th, have fun decorating woven baskets and eggs. And on Saturday the 19th, play games with your friends and family at Saturday Games at the Library. Adult ESL classes are held for beginners and more advanced learners at 1 and 6 every Monday and 1 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday. There are even Saturday ESL classes at 10 o'clock. Sign up for these classes at the reference desk. There will be no ESL classes during spring break. We also have GED classes for adults Monday and Wednesday evenings at 7 p.m. and at 10:30 a.m. Tuesdays and Thursdays. Again, sign up for these classes at the reference desk, and there will be no GED classes during spring break. On Tuesday, the 19th, the knitting group of the Rowlett Public Library invites you to join them in the conference room. The knitting group meets the third Tuesday of the month. Beginners and experts are more than welcome. On the third Thursday of each month is the No Page Unturned Readers Club. On March 21st at 7, come for a lively and entertaining book discussion on whatever you're reading. Bring your own latte and we'll supply the cookies. We also have computer classes for seniors and adults. Check the library's calendar for announcements of upcoming classes in April and May and register at the reference desk or call 972-412-6161. Come enjoy all the free programs at your Rowlett Public Library.
Every month we work really hard to be highly accountable for where your money goes, if you will. And the point of this segment really is to remind you and account for the $8.65 rate increase that went into effect in October for our utility system. Unfortunately, the droughts of 2005 and 2011 have seriously accelerated some decline of our water system. And so we are working very diligently to ensure that we maintain the system in good working order. And our commitment is every month we tell you where your money goes. And so this month we're going to feature water valve replacement, an update on our Merritt Road water station, and talk to you a little bit about our new sewer service line push camera.
City crews have begun pinpointing isolation valves in the water distribution system that have become inoperable or ineffective. The purpose of these valves is to turn the water off to a section of main line that requires service. Once problematic valves are identified, they will be replaced to ensure proper operation and reduce water loss and the time spent on repairs. The Merritt Road booster station houses 4 pumps used to distribute clean water to the community. The control valves associated with these pumps are in poor and aging condition and require replacement. Replacing these valves will help reduce the amount of downtime during repairs and allow the water distribution to run more efficiently. In order to provide more accurate service to our community, the Utilities Division has purchased a new sewer camera for use in televising lateral lines connecting residences to mains. The camera comes equipped to allow a locator wand to find it under the ground, allowing crews to not only physically see the issue, but to have a better idea where it's located in the ground. This allows for less collateral damage during the process of exposing pipes to repair them.
Yo. Yo.
Battle physically, conquer mentally.
Spring is a prime time for crooks to cruise the alleys of Rowlett looking for an open garage. They usually target power tools and yard equipment. Here are some tips to help you avoid becoming a victim, but before we see this next segment, I want to tell you that you're going to see a new face presenting the March Crime Watch tip. Officer Greg Baldwin recently was promoted to police sergeant. We're certainly delighted for Greg in this promotional opportunity, and as a result of that, he'll no longer be doing this segment. But taking his place is our new Community Services Crime Prevention Officer, Chad Caldwell. Chad used to be a school resource officer and wanted to expand his experience in the police department and was the top candidate for the Community Services position, and we're delighted to have Chad on board and look forward to hearing from him every month.
Hello, I'm Officer Chad Caldwell, Community Services Officer for the Rowlett Police Department. And spring is officially here. With spring comes lots of cleaning and yard work. Many of us will keep our garage doors open for long periods of time as we do this cleaning. The local thieves know this too. Early spring is a prime time for crooks to cruise the alleys of Rowlett looking for an open garage with no one inside it. They usually target power tools and yard equipment. I would like to encourage everyone to keep this in mind and keep your garage doors closed as much as possible. You can also help us by reporting any suspicious activity immediately by calling 911. Look for persons not familiar with your neighborhood and slowly driving the alleys and stopping at open garages. If you return to your garage and find items have been taken and you have been a victim of a burglary, please report this crime to the Rowlett Police Department. Many of the items thieves target have serial numbers. Our detectives can often track these serial numbers and find the criminals that pawn your tools for some quick cash. Simply filing a police report may lead to an arrest and getting your property safely returned to you. Thank you and stay safe, Rowlett.
I'm meteorologist Gary Woodall with the National Weather Service in Fort Worth. Our most important job is the protection of life and property by issuing watches, warnings, and advisories in advance of hazardous weather. However, if you don't know how to respond when severe weather threatens, you will not be prepared. This video will discuss tornado safety. We'll review fundamental tornado-related terms and outline the tips you need to remember if a tornado threatens. A tornado is defined as a violently rotating column of air extending from a thunderstorm base and in contact with the ground. Tornadoes vary widely in size, strength, and lifetime. An average tornado lasts around 7 minutes and covers 2 to 3 miles along the ground. The majority of tornadoes are classified as weak, but even weak tornadoes have winds greater than hurricane force. The strongest tornadoes are the most violent storms on Earth, with winds in excess of 250 miles an hour. Make sure you know the difference between a tornado watch and a tornado warning. Watches are issued when the large-scale weather conditions are favorable for tornadoes to form. Watches are valid for about 6 hours on the average and cover large areas, much of North Texas for example. Warnings are urgent messages indicating that a tornado has been sighted by storm spotters or a storm capable of producing a tornado has been detected on radar. Warnings are valid for less than 1 hour and are issued for counties or portions of counties. If a tornado warning is issued for your county and you're near the path of the storm, then you should take the protective actions we'll discuss later. Have as many ways as possible to receive severe weather information. A weather radio with a battery backup and an alarm feature is essential. Weather radios can be purchased at electronics, department, and home improvement stores. A battery-powered AM/FM radio or TV can also be helpful for getting storm information. Our forecast office maintains a website which features watch and warning information, and local emergency authorities have warning systems such as cable override, reverse 911, and sirens. Again, don't rely on just one method to get storm information. Use as many as possible. If you're at home, school, work, or shopping and a tornado approaches, what should you do? An underground shelter is the safest place to be. If no underground shelter is available, go to a windowless interior room on the lowest floor of the building. Small closets and interior hallways are good, but bathrooms are particularly good shelters. Pull a mattress or sleeping bag over you to protect yourself from flying debris. Stay clear of auditoriums, gymnasiums, and other areas with wide-span roofs. Abandoned mobile homes, portable classrooms, and construction trailers for more sturdy structures. If you're driving, don't try to outrun a tornado in your vehicle. Even large vehicles are no match for a tornado's winds. Pull off to the nearest building, even a gas station or convenience store, and take cover inside away from the windows. If you're stuck in traffic, or if you're out in a wide open area, getting low into a ditch or culvert is your best option. This is not as safe as being inside a building though, so do this only as a last resort. Finally, forget about using an overpass as protection from a tornado. Overpasses are not safe shelters. Tornadoes can be major threats to life and property. However, if you know how to respond and act quickly if the threat materializes, you can keep yourself, your family, friends, and coworkers safe. For more information on tornado safety, visit our website at this address.
Well, in addition to all the stuff that goes on in our city, at the library, as we talked about earlier, let's talk about Parks and Rec for just a moment. You
Yes.
think about all the stuff that we have. We have tons of activities there. And here's another opportunity to make plans on spring break. And at the Rowlett Rec Department, think about that. I mean, they just have an enormous amount of stuff. You can check out Lakeside Leisure Magazine, which is online, or stop by the community center and find out what they offer. And they have stuff for kids of all ages, even the big kids like me. So lots and lots of stuff to do. So sometimes I just need to get away from them, so it gives me something to do.
There you
But
go.
here's Diane Jones with all the details.
The Park of the Month for March 2013 is Lakeside Park, located at 6601 Miller Road. Lakeside Park has a total of 6 acres and offers activities for the whole family. Lakeside Park offers fishing pier, 5 barbecue grills, direct pedestrian access to the lake for fishing, kayaking, or canoeing, a boardwalk, 2 small pavilions, 2 covered picnic tables, 5 uncovered picnic tables, a playground for the kids, and a sand volleyball court for the adults. The trail at Lakeside Park is a total of half a mile long. No reservations are needed to use this park. All features are first come, first served. The Rowlett Parks and Recreation Department will be hosting its annual Easter Extravaganza as part of the city's downtown event series. The event will take place on Saturday, March 23rd from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Rowlett families are encouraged to grab their Easter baskets and to head down to Main Street in downtown Rowlett to hunt for over 20,000 plastic eggs filled with candy and prizes. There will be face painting, bounce houses, vendors, and photos with the Easter Bunny. The official hunt time for children 0 to 3 years old will be at 10:30 a.m. For children 4 to 6, 10:45 a.m. For children 7 and up, 11 a.m. And for the Angels, 11:15 a.m. No registration is required. The Rowlett Parks and Recreation Department will be hosting an Easter Puppalooza on Sunday, March 24th from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Rowlett dogs and dog lovers are encouraged to come on down to Hertford Park at 4601 Centennial to hunt for eggs filled with doggy treats and also special eggs. The cost per dog is $10. You can register by calling the Rowlett Community Center front desk at 972-412-6170, or you may register on site the day of the event. Dogs of all sizes are welcome. Please remember to bring your Easter basket, leash, and proof of rabies vaccination. The Rowlett Parks and Recreation Department and Bowl-O-Rama will be joining forces to host the Mother-Son Bowl. The event will be held on Friday, March 15th from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the Bowl-O-Rama in Rowlett. The cost is $30 per couple, $10 for each additional child. The price includes a fun night of bowling, gaming, pizza, and a keepsake photo. Participants are asked to pre-register by calling the Rowlett Community Center at 972-412-6170. Did you know the Rowlett Parks and Recreation Department is now offering a girls' youth volleyball league? Registration began on January 1st and runs through February 22nd. Practices will begin in early March and league play will be held on Saturdays in March and April. Teams will play 7 regular season games and participate in a single elimination playoff tournament at the end of the season. The league is open to girls ages 10 to 14 and the fee will include a jersey. Parents, are you looking to have a date night and don't know what to do with the kids? The Rowlett Parks and Recreation Department has the perfect plan. Drop them off on Saturdays at the Rowlett Community Center for 4 hours of fun from 7 to 11 p.m. for Fun Time Live. Fun Time Live provides a fun, safe environment for children in 3rd through 8th grades to be able to express themselves and gain valuable social skills under adult supervision. All locations have an off-duty police officer on location for each and every event to ensure the safety of your kids, plus trained staff to interact and supervise throughout the night. Nowhere else besides your home can you enjoy peace of mind knowing your children are safe. The fee is $10 per child, and children can expect age-appropriate activities, a DJ, concession area, and fun. For more information, please contact the Parks and Recreation Department at 972-412-6170. Celebrate your birthday party with us, theme style. Book your child's next birthday party with the Rowlett Community Center, where you can make the mess and forget the rest. Theme birthday parties packages are 2 hours in length and include 1 hour of games with the remaining hour in the party room and can be booked any day of the week during operational hours. Each birthday party receives a special gift for the birthday child: cake, decorations, plates, napkins, silverware, lemonade, cups, and activities. Most themes are available for parties, so reserve yours today. Rates are based on the total number of children who will be attending. Spring is almost upon us with sunny days and children playing on the playground. The Parks and Recreation Department has many pavilions available for rental, with play structures within close proximity to some of the pavilions. Pavilions are available to rent in time blocks or all day. With just a $50 deposit as well as the rental fee, the pavilion is affordable for that next birthday party or special occasion. Pavilions are available to rent for both residents and non-residents and can be made in person at the Rowlett Community Center. For more information, please visit www.rowlett.com/parksandrec. Looking for a place to book your graduation party, bridal shower, or reception? The Rowlett Community Center may have what you are looking for. With affordable pricing, our rooms and accommodations are tough to beat. All reservations are accepted on a first-come, first-served basis, with the deposit that's required to secure your room rental up to 9 months in advance of your scheduled date. All reservations must be made in person at the Rowlett Community Center, located at 5300 Main Street. For more information or to look into booking your next event with us, please visit rowlett.com/parksandrec. Does your student need to improve his or her chances of getting into the college of their choice? They can increase their SAT scores by participating in the SAT prep class. This program consists of 24 hours of classroom instruction in math, writing, and grammar. The class begins Saturday, March 9th and continues until April 6th. The fee is $75. Rowlett Parks and Recreation, in conjunction with Sticks for Kids, host a free beginners golf clinic for ages 6 through 10. Carlos Brown, the new Golf Academy instructor at Waterview Golf Club, will bring specialized golf instruction just for kids to the free clinic. Bring your own clubs or use ours. The program will be held March the 2nd from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. at Pecan Grove Park, behind the Rowlett Community Center. Please be sure to pre-register. Need a fun activity for your little one while you work out on Saturday mornings? Then we have the program just for you. Instructor Joan Radici will have the creative genius pouring out of your child while they learn to paint, create, mold, and doodle. The class is offered on alternating Saturdays from 9:30 to 10:30 a.m. The next class is offered on March the 9th and the fee is $10 per month. Rowlett Recreation Center now offers several different types of art classes. Making jewelry with polymer clay opens up all sorts of creative possibilities using common household tools. This month, the class will be making a clay pendant. This class is offered March 19th at 6 p.m. and March 22nd at 9:30 a.m. The fee is $35. Zentangle is an easy-to-learn, relaxing, and fun way to create beautiful images by drawing structured patterns. With the Zentangle method, anyone can create beautiful images from repetitive patterns. This is easy to learn and easy to do. The result is a creation of beautiful abstract art. This class is offered March 12th at 6 p.m. and March 15th at 9:30 a.m. and the fee is $40. If pastels hold an interest for you, and if you are just a beginner and would like to try your hand at pastels, It will be offered April the 2nd at 6 p.m. and April the 5th at 9:30 a.m. The fee is $35. Registration is going on now for all programs at the Rowlett Community Center. You can stop by at 5300 Main Street or give us a call at 972-412-6170 to get registered today. There is always something new and fun at the Rowlett Parks and Recreation Department. Be sure to check out the website for additional information.
Our next segment is our monthly financial report. And we're very proud of this report because we worked very hard to prepare it in a way to provide financially relevant information that's easy to read and understand. If you're interested in reading the full detailed report, it's available online at rowlett.com. This month, Alan Gard, our Director of Financial Services, also highlights the city's utility fund, including its revenues and expenditures. This fund accounts for the operations, maintenance, and debt service payments related to the city's water and sewer system.
Hello, I am Alan Gard, the Director of Financial Services for the City of Rowlett, and welcome to this month's update of the City of Rowlett's monthly financial report. This report is provided as one element in the city's effort to ensure financial transparency for its citizens and policymakers. The Finance Department prepares the report and presents it to the City Council at a regular City Council meeting each month. While the presentation made at the City Council meeting usually provides a high-level overview, the report itself is very detailed, providing information on each of the city's funds, key local, state, and national economic indicators, and dashboard information about the city's primary operating funds, major revenue sources, and overall fund performance. This report is prepared in a way as to provide financially relevant information that is easy to read and understand. Staff uses a forecasting model based on historical data in order to provide a framework for comparing projected performance to actual performance. The purpose of this effort is twofold. First, the report informs the City Council and public regarding the status of the city's financial position. In other words, where are we versus where do we project we would be at this time of the fiscal year? Second, this report informs the staff and the City Council about significant variances in projected versus actual revenues and expenditures. This allows the City Council to monitor the city's financial position and make adjustments as needed. This report also provides a context for making decisions appropriately for future budgets. You could say that this report serves as an early warning system. The report provided City Council in February includes financial information through December. We are now 1 quarter or 3 months through our fiscal year. On the revenue side of the equation, overall the city has earned or received $28 million for all funds in FY 2013. This amount is 35.2% of the approved operating budget of $79.6 million. And is 2.1% higher than the forecast projected through the month of December. Expenditures have totaled $15.5 million for fiscal year 2013. This amount is 19.5% of the approved operating budget of $79.6 million and is 5.7% lower than forecast through the third month of the fiscal year. Based on these early figures, the net surplus from operations is $12.5 million. And this is $1.5 million better than expected at this point in the year. The figures for December project positive trends so far for this fiscal year. Now, this month we wanted to highlight the city's utility fund, including its revenues and expenditures. This fund accounts for the operations, maintenance, and debt service payments related to the city's water and sewer system. After the first 3 months of the fiscal year, the utility fund revenues are $6.4 million, which is $300,000 or 4.2% higher than expected. Utility fund expenditures total $5.4 million, which is $100,000 more than projected or 2.4% higher. This year's budget included an increase to the water and sewer rates. These increases were needed in order to address increases in the cost of water from the North Texas Municipal Water District, the cost of sewer service, which is provided by the City of Garland, and to provide an additional $2.2 million for a total of $2.8 million to begin to address deferred maintenance to the water and sewer infrastructure throughout the city. Some of these projects include waterline replacements, lift station repairs and pump replacements, manhole replacements, and sewer line replacements. By making these upgrades to the water and sewer system, the citizens of Rowlett can be assured of superior water quality when they turn on their faucet. If you would like to view the entire report, please go to www.rowlett.com. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me, Alan Gard, the Director of Financial Services, at agard@rowlett.com or at 972-412-6288.
Let's go back to the public library and talk to Phil Barrett. He's going to be talking about how to surf the internet safely and how to protect your computer from viruses. This is such an important part. And I can't tell you, if you have kids, you probably have a virus on your computer. And he's going to teach us what to do, so how we can protect our computer. In addition to that, and if you need hands-on help, you can always stop and take a Tech Ed series class offered through the library. And guess who the teacher is? Phil Barrett.
Hi, I'm Phil Barrett, Technical Services Supervisor with the Rowlett Public Library, here with a useful technical tip. When you use the internet a lot, it's easy for your browser to get bogged down. Over time, it may not run as fast as it did when you first got it. This can happen for several reasons, but largely because your computer gets loaded with things like malware, which can slow down your computer's processes. However, there are several easy things you can do to keep your computer running well. The first thing is regularly run both a virus scan and a malware scan. Viruses generally cause a lot more harm than just slowing down your computer, so it is really important to regularly run scans to remove viruses from your computer. Some popular free scanners are Avast, AVG Free, and Microsoft Security Essentials. Some popular virus scanners that you can pay for, and so will be a bit more comprehensive, are Norton Antivirus, Bitdefender Antivirus Plus, and WebRoot Antivirus. Malware has grown to be a very large problem as well. And in addition to bogging down your computer, it does things like monitor your internet surfing activities, copying your passwords, and then reporting them back to malicious people. Many antivirus programs will also remove malware, but if your chosen product does not, make sure to run a malware scan as well. Some good examples include Lavasoft's Adaware, Spybot Search and Destroy, and Microsoft Windows Defender. These types of scans should be run at least on a weekly basis. Running scans with multiple products will also increase your likelihood of successfully keeping malware and viruses off your computer. Number 2, adjust your internet use habits. Running the scans I described above will remove problematic software from your computer, but practicing better habits will prevent you from getting those viruses and malware on your computer in the first place. First, make sure you never click on suspicious emails, and definitely never download suspicious attachments, even if they're from a friend or family member. If you get something that seems kind of weird, your friend's email might have been hacked, delete the email and contact them to inform them of the situation. If they did in fact mean to send you that email, they can always send it again. If you think you've downloaded a suspicious attachment, delete the file right away and then run a scan. Similarly, avoid websites that seem sketchy. If you go to a website and all of a sudden are bombarded by pop-ups, or if it seems suspicious in some other way, close the browser and then run a scan. Number 3, don't install toolbars and delete the ones if you already have them installed. Toolbars aren't really malicious in the way that viruses and malware are, but they do slow your computer down. Many of them seem like they have a lot of useful features, but they generally don't do anything that your browser can't already do. If there is a feature that you find that you really like about a particular toolbar, well, you're better off just searching for a trustworthy browser extension that serves that same feature. Number 4, delete cookies and temporary internet files. Most websites will download some kind of temporary file to your computer. These aren't usually malicious. In fact, they often serve some kind of purpose when you're using that particular website. However, they don't need to stay on your computer indefinitely and can accumulate to the point to which they are bogging down your computer. When using Internet Explorer, remove these by going to Tools, then Internet Options, and clicking on the General tab. Under the Browsing History heading, click the Delete button. If you're using a different browser, such as Chrome or Firefox, then this process will look a little different. If you're not sure how to do this, search the help file for removing temporary internet files, and you should get a good step-by-step method. Number 5, keep up with computer trends. This may be the most daunting task, but it really isn't too difficult. It's not necessary to go out and become a computer expert. However, it is worth your time to keep up with news. Maybe read the main page of websites like Wired or PC Magazine or some other computer magazine every now and then. Maybe subscribe to a helpful blog or newsletter. Just keep your toe in the water, so to speak. Keeping yourself a little bit informed will put you in a better place as far as computer use. I've addressed just a couple of things you can do to keep up your computer's maintenance. Think of them like regularly changing the oil in your car or replacing your air conditioning filter. They may not save you from a catastrophic problem, but these things can keep your computer running smoothly. For more information about anything I've discussed today, stop by the Rowlett Public Library, where we have books and materials on these topics, computers you can practice on, and the staff to help you figure it all out.
And here's Jake Gilliland with our Construction Corner. Jake's going to update us on construction projects going on in our city, including the Merritt Road, Liberty Grove interconnector, and alley reconstruction. Take it away, Jake.
I'm Jake Gilliland. I'm the Utility Business Analyst for the City of Rowlett. Merritt Road is a capital improvement project being built as an interconnector for the PGBT. The roadway will be northern gateway to the City of Rowlett and serve future development of the city's North Shore District. The original contract amount for the project is $12.7 million, with 80% of the roadway funding being provided from the Regional Tollway Revenue Fund. The completed roadway will be configured as a 4-lane divided pavement with the median landscaping functioning as environmentally friendly stormwater conveyance. Currently, the construction of a 36-inch transmission water line at Merritt Road and Castle has been completed and is in service. The new 16-inch distribution water line along Merritt Road north of East Hickox has also been completed and is in service. Both of these water lines will be replacing an aging system in this quadrant of the city, as well as provide the capabilities to provide more than adequate service for the anticipated growth that will come with the PGBT. The roadway paving has been completed north of Castle to the City of Rowlett north city limits. The second phase of traffic control has been implemented north of Castle, allowing motorists to travel both ways on the new northbound main lanes while the installation of utilities and additional roadway pavement is ongoing. The proposed sanitary sewer line is still under construction from the south end of the project north to Castle Road and is on schedule. This line will provide the city sewer service to residents south of Castle to the PGBT. Paving is 39% complete. Storm drain facilities are 53% complete. Water and sanitary sewer lines are 72% complete, and the overall project is currently 50% complete and ahead of schedule. Kyle Road is a capital improvement project to improve the drainage capacity of Long Branch Creek. The project contract is $658,000 and includes the extension of the existing culverts under Kyle Road and the addition of a culvert, widening of the roadway, and the replacement of aging water and sanitary sewer pipelines in conflict with the culverts and head wall structures. The utility crew began August 14, 2012. The water line is 100% installed, and sanitary sewer line is 85% complete. One portion of the existing water line was relocated the week of December 17th to allow the installation of the remaining new sanitary sewer manhole. Culvert box work is underway and is near 80% completion. Phase 1 traffic switch is complete and Kyle Road is open to two-way traffic. However, the lanes are narrowed to approximately 9 feet each way. Drivers should proceed through the area with caution. Currently, there are intermittent closures to Kyle Road for a few hours between 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. to accommodate cement trucks. The overall project is 42% complete. The alley reconstruction is a $2.4 million capital improvement project consisting of the removal and replacement of the alley paving and storm drainage improvements for 22 alleys throughout the city. The project began in July of 2011 and is completed under budget at $2.1 million. As part of the Bouvier Alley, city crews replaced aging sanitary clay tile sewer. The outfall of this sewer extends south to the interceptor that runs along Lake Ray Hubbard. City crews began replacement of this line on December 13, 2012. The city has added an additional 4 alleys to the current alley contract, and they are scheduled to be under construction beginning late February 2013. Penridge and Chisa is a drainage capital improvement project to stabilize the erosion which has occurred at the culvert under Chisa Road near the intersection of Penridge Circle. The project original contract amount is $499,600. The project involves constructing gabion walls, which are rock baskets, at the downstream end of the culvert to rehabilitate the culvert and wing walls. As part of this project, the sidewalk is included on the east side of Chisa Road from Woodside to Schrady Road, along with drainage improvements on the northeast corner of Schrady and Chisa to accommodate the sidewalk in that location. Construction notice to proceed was issued to the contractor on October 8, 2012, with a scheduled completion date of early January 2013. The contractor has completed approximately 60% of the overall storm sewer with improvements installed from Pebble Beach to Lindsay Drive and from Penn Ridge to 100 feet south. The sidewalk installation has reached 65% and will be completed in early January. During the project, there will be traffic control in place along the east side of the roadway and periodically brief closures on Chisa to one lane during off-peak times. Message boards are in place to provide information regarding any traffic disruptions or modifications.
I'm meteorologist Gary Woodall with the National Weather Service in Fort Worth. Our most important job is the protection of life and property by issuing watches, warnings, and advisories in advance of hazardous weather. However, if you don't know how to respond when severe weather threatens, then you will not be prepared. This video will discuss lightning safety. We'll review some facts about lightning and outline the tips you need to remember if lightning approaches. By definition, all thunderstorms have lightning. Lightning is an electrical discharge from a thunderstorm. Areas of positive and negative charge build up and separate inside the storm. Eventually, the charge grows to the point where the air can no longer insulate between the charge centers. The charge is released and a lightning strike occurs. Lightning is a powerful force. The average lightning strike has a temperature of around 50,000 degrees and an electric current of 30,000 amperes. Both of these quantities can be lethal. Lightning strikes are classified as positive or negative depending on the type of charge brought to the ground. While all lightning strikes are dangerous, positive strikes can be especially so. Positive strikes sometimes occur well away from a storm's rain area, coming seemingly from the blue. Positive strikes can have a little more electric current and they can last a bit longer. This makes the positive strike more capable of setting its target on fire. Lightning typically wants to make the shortest and easiest path to the ground, so lightning tends to strike the tallest objects in the area. Golfers, boaters, people on hilltops, in open fields, standing near trees, telephone poles, and athletic stands are most vulnerable to lightning. If you're in a location such as this, move to a safer shelter if lightning approaches. If you can hear the thunder from the storm, you're probably in range of the lightning. This is the time to move to a safe location. Move inside a sturdy, grounded building. Get away from the dangerous locations we listed earlier. If you're inside, turn off and unplug electrical items, except those needed to monitor the progress of the storm. This will minimize the damage to your electronics if lightning strikes your home or a nearby power line. Don't use the telephone unless it's a cordless or cellular phone or unless it's an emergency. Avoid taking showers or baths during a lightning storm because water is a good conductor of electricity. Stay inside your safe location for 30 minutes after you hear the last thunder. This gives the storm plenty of time to move a safe distance away. Take a battery-powered weather radio with you to follow the weather developments if you're outdoors or camping. If a lightning storm approaches, get inside if possible. Give yourself plenty of lead time to get off the lake or out of an open field before the storm arrives. If you cannot get inside a building, take shelter inside a hardtop vehicle. If you're caught in a wide open space and you cannot make it to a better shelter, then crouch down as low as possible without lying flat on the ground. This is not as safe as being in a building or a vehicle though, and should be done only as a last resort. People who are struck by lightning should receive professional medical attention as soon as possible. The damage from a lightning strike may be more neurological than physical. Symptoms may include dizziness, headaches, nausea, or a tingling sensation. Any physical damage will usually be restricted to burns from jewelry, perspiration, and the like. Lightning is a surprise attack and an underrated killer in North Texas. By understanding the threats posed by lightning and following the safety tips we discussed in this video, you can be better prepared for the next lightning storm in your area. For more information on lightning and lightning safety, visit our website at this address.
So as we wrap things up today, let's talk about some of the upcoming events that are going on in our city. First and foremost, we've got council and P&Z meetings in March. We've got council meetings on March 5th and 19th, and the planning and zoning meetings on March 12th and 26th. All of the meetings are both broadcast live on RTN 16 and online by going to Rowlett.com through our streaming video page. You can also watch previous meetings on Rowlett.com anytime. We've got an upcoming senior health fair on Tuesday, April 9th, 2013 from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. at the Rowlett Community Center. Vendors are there to answer any questions about your health. And of course, the general election, May 11th, 2013. There are offices up for election. We have the Mayor's Place, which is my place. Places 2, 4, and 6 are also open. So we ask that if you have an opportunity, if you haven't registered to vote, please register to vote. You know, turnout, generally speaking, in the Rowlett elections has always very, very light, and we encourage people to exercise their right to vote. So to register to vote or to change your existing information, please complete a voter registration application on Rowlett.com. Then follow the instructions. And the last day to register to vote for the May 11th, 2013 general election is April 11th, 2013. So there's not much time left, but if you're not registered, please register to vote and exercise your right. Our Kids Fish. This is a terrific event. Fathers and sons, mothers and daughters, fathers and daughters, mothers and sons. It's just a great family event. It's on Saturday, April 20th, 2013, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. at Rowlett Community Park. It's a great opportunity just to spend some time and go fishing. And the Rowlett Annual Writing Contest is presented by the Arts and Humanities Commission. We have entries due on Monday, April 29, 2013. And we have several different divisions. We have a youth from grades 1 through 12 and adult 18 years and older. And the categories, we have short works, plays, essays, etc., and it's 15 to 30 minutes in length. We have a short story, which is 1 to 3 pages, double-spaced, and we've got a poem, which is 1 to 2 pages, double-spaced. And of course the rules. All entries must be in type format, no more than 1 entry per participant per category, so you can enter numerous times if you want to enter the different categories, but all entries should be suitable for the family viewing. And of course we've got awards. Our first place winner will receive cash, which is will receive a check, which is a cash award, which will be presented at the Rowlett City Council meeting on Tuesday, June 18th, 2013, and the award will be $100 for each adult category and $50 for each youth category. Entries are due by Monday, April 29th, 2013, and the entries should be mailed or dropped off to the Rowlett Public Library if you want to do it that way, and you can drop it off at the Public Library at 3900 Main Street. And we've got some future dates of interest, so save the date. Get your calendars out because we've got a couple other dates as well. We've got the Wet Zone Water Park opens May 19th. We've got swimming lessons water fitness groups, junior lifeguard training, birthday parties, and cabana rentals. This is a really great opportunity. If you're looking for a place for a birthday party, this is the place to be. It creates a wonderful environment, safe, it's supervised, and you can sit back in the cabana and just relax and have a great time. And they have special events throughout the summer. And our Memorial Day Touch a Truck program, that's on May 25th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at 4000 Main Street at the City of Rowlett Library lawn. Should be a lot of fun this year as well. And bring your entire family downtown afterward. Once we honor the fallen veterans at Memorial Day celebration over at Veterans Park, and we're going to open up Main Street, and we'll have lots of different trucks and different activities for your entire family there as well. It's a great day for the kids. And of course, as we talked about, fireworks on Main, July 4th, 2013 from 5 to 10 p.m. Mary Wilson from the Supremes will be there. Live music, children's entertainment areas, and vendor booths. Take the DART rail if you don't live in the city. Fireworks are approximately, will start at approximately 9:20 p.m. So in closing, we want to thank you for watching our show today, and I hope you enjoyed the program. Thanks to all that have tuned into the program to stay in touch with your government. You know, we'd love to hear from you. Please email us or call us with your suggestions or concerns, and let us know what you think about the show's new look. And thanks to our communications staff director, Drew Rist, and Denise Perrin, who assisted with today's broadcast. We could not do it without you. And thanks for watching the March edition of Rowlett on the Water on the Move, and we'll see you next month.